You're listening to Pod Broadcasting. You're listening to Pod Broadcasting with your host, Alex Bearden. Tonight, sadly, our co-host is not with us today, but instead we have a nice cast of friendly, entertaining people. With us today we have...
Alexander Green.
Along with that...
Brian Willis.
And finally...
Zach.
We have Zach.
Zach, he's very dapper.
He is the dapper gentleman. You guys are going to have to check that out. Show notes below. We are actually referencing a video. So
it should be posted by them.
It will be posted.
Okay.
Yeah, let's hope, right? Anyways, tonight we're going to be going into a few topics in the entertainment industry. More importantly, we'll be going over the rumors of Batman vs. Superman and its upcoming debut on March 25th? Is it March or is it 20th May? I'll have to look at my notes here. Excuse me.
Yeah, we're already past March.
It's May 25th, right? Yeah.
That'd be bad if it was March 25th and we didn't hear about it.
That would be horrible.
Right, sorry, folks. That would be really embarrassing.
Especially since these are rumors. So
that would have been disproved by now.
That would be pretty bad. Anyways, these rumors detail a few interesting things, but of course they all come from the Latino Review. Everything when it comes to rumors usually comes from the Latino Review. Makes us wonder about that. Anyways, these reports state that Jason Todd's Robin uniform will be displayed in the Batcave sometime during the film. It doesn't really detail where or if the suit will be worn, but it's there.
As long as there's the one with the crowbar.
That would be awesome.
There needs to be a movie with the crowbar.
Exactly. So, anyways, this suit's going to be displayed somewhere in the Batcave, by my guess. I think it actually said somewhere in the report. But, yeah, Batcave, right there. I don't know where I missed that. But anyways, this rumor also doesn't really state FP will be showing, but it is, of course, an Easter egg / kind of teaser for, Todd shooting up. So, what are our opinions about that? Jason Todd being Robin in the upcoming films.
He's a pretty good Robin.
He's one of the best. We can kind of go into that details. But
the real question is who's going to play him? I
think it's, I don't know the actor's name. We'll have to look that up sometime. I'll post that in the show notes below. But he was the Robin, or the guy they were teasing in Batman, no, The Dark Knight Rises. Yeah, right? I think it was that one, right?
Okay. Yeah, no arguments here. It's a police officer.
Police officer, I think it was Jason Todd, right? Something like that. It's been a long time since we've seen that movie, which is kind of interesting. I mean, it kind of died out, was it 2 years ago?
Yeah.
And it wasn't that big of a hit, and now we have Batman vs. Superman.
Yeah.
Just random Batman vs. Superman. I don't think they really led up to it.
Yeah.
But anyways,
that's just going to be like some, especially with, because it's just a rebuilding Batman as a new, rebooting it.
Yeah, pretty much.
They got to do that in a single movie. With other stuff happening.
It's going to be a side story.
I don't think it's actually a reboot. I think it's still continuing on with the story.
The same
but
Batman?
They didn't really lead up to it. I mean, they should have had a cameo Superman in the last Batman, which was The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, or something, because I mean that's really random. Because with the end of that, it wasn't. He's never dealt with anything super before. I mean, the Batman in the Dark Knight series is more believable as existing in the real world than in the comic book world.
Exactly. There wasn't any kind of phenomenal powers, anything going on.
Nothing on the news about Superman or
his most formidable foe was Bane, who didn't have any real superpowers.
No.
So
he was just a huge, strong guy.
Exactly.
Wasn't like some of the Banes in the comics that juiced up to.
His superpower was sounding like an old man.
That was actually a really good impersonation right there. I didn't know you had that in you. We should have led with that. Maybe we can clip that out and put that in there. That'll be a pretty good one. That sums up this entire podcast. But
I can do old man voices.
You really could.
Manly man voice. You have to be a manly man.
Exactly. That's how we're gonna end that one right there. Exactly. My biggest beef with the whole review, or the not review, I don't know what I'm thinking, rumor, is that, once again, this is just another rumor for Batman versus Superman. It's been rumored for the past 2 years. Just anything and everything from the DC Comics is going to be showing up in that movie. It's what, I don't know if it's even going to happen or not. I think most of them are actually confirmed, believe it or not, but it's just too much. I think every single Wonder Woman, Aquaman, I don't know, Green Lantern.
I would like to see an Aquaman
That's what is it? 2018. That's gonna be happening.
A standalone movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't remember when. But his first.
That's been one of the debates about Batman versus Superman. And introducing Aquaman is doing the whole bit where, the bomb goes off in the ocean, and then that brings Aquaman up to protect his homeland, which kind of starts in the battle, and then become friends.
Yeah,
That's kind of
yeah.
the storyline. That's one of the thoughts of possible storylines for the Batman versus Superman that could introduce Aquaman.
It could, but once again.
That's a lot of story to tell as alongside a Batman versus Superman tale. So
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. There's so much to put in there.
Yeah.
We're either looking at an 8-hour film, or everything's going to be put together in like 1-minute cameos.
Well, and that's the problem with the Avenger-style movies anyways. You get so many stinking superheroes in there that it just kind of, it brings them all down, in my opinion. And you can't really do any of them really good credit.
Yeah, exactly. Especially, I think, what is it, Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver are going to be in the next one. That's May 1st, in Age of Ultron, which I can understand that. I think it's really going to be centered around those two. But, once again, it's just like, they randomly threw them in there, which
they
is
aren't
cool.
even normally in there. That's
I should qualify.
Right.
I really loved Avengers, but it's an awful lot of superheroes
Yeah.
around. But that also kind of explains the next Avenger movie, which will be Civil War, related around all these superheroes getting registered. So
that one I don't think is going to end up being all that great. I think the Russo brothers are directing it, if I'm not correct. They're always good at doing this kind of work, but I think it's really too much going on for just one movie. They should have done like the Infinity Wars and showcased it in two. Now I don't know if these guys.
Will.
Yeah, I think so. They said a lot of
2017 or 18 or something.
I think it's 17. It's the next Captain America movie, which
Yeah.
is actually a spoiler in itself by giving it the Captain America title. Those who know the comic book series know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not going to spoil it here because that's huge and people would get mad. But those who've read the comics know exactly how that movie's going to end by stating that it's Captain America, which is kind of cool. They're going to follow the comics all the way through that, or at least they better because it's the name.
Everybody's going to be angry if they don't.
Yeah.
Especially the main supporters of the comic.
That would be horrible. But for the most part, there really was too much going on for it to start. But they said I think Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is going to foreshadow what's everything's going to happen. It's going to get the whole thing started. But
That should help.
It should, but it's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I haven't been watching it too much because I just can't get into it.
I haven't started.
No,
I've been keeping up on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. There's been some pretty good episodes.
Yeah. I can't get past the pilot. I've heard it's something that you're just going to have to bear through and just eat and go with it, but I just couldn't do it. Yeah, right. It's
good for you kids.
So,
you can do a lot more with a series than you can with just movies.
Well,
That's what we're seeing with the CW series, too, with DC.
With that stated, we're going to be jumping off into our next topic, but first let's let Brian finish here.
Actually, I have 2 points. First, I'd say is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is really, the Phil Coulson show. I mean, he's the character that honestly makes it, in my opinion. And and I go back and I watch the Avengers movie, and we all love Phil. I mean, he's a great character.
Yeah.
And then to go back to another point, I was trying to look it up just now, and I wasn't able to find it, so I apologize for that. Maybe I'll look again later when we put in the links. But there was a reference I saw, too, of the possibility of the Suicide Squad happening prior to Batman versus Superman in the timeline.
Yeah.
And then actually, the character Robin dies during that, and that's one of the reasons the suit is in there without.
That actually brings us right into the next point. Exactly.
That would be awesome.
You did a good job. You read the script beforehand. This isn't like full scripted, but
Professional segue.
That's a pretty good job. I gotta applaud you on that one. But the report goes on to state that the Red Hood, which, as you guys know, is Jason Todd's
reincarnated
for
angry.
The anti-hero Robin.
Basically.
Exactly. But anyways,
really angry.
Yeah.
That pretty much describes it.
But anyways, Warner Brothers is very, very interested in this character for the cinematic universe, and more importantly, it states that he's probably going to be making at least an appearance, if not like some kind of prologue for the Suicide Squad film, which brings this point that Brian just made into exact full truth. It's stating that because of his death is the reason why the Joker and Harley Quinn are no longer in a happy relationship, which would have to make this film before the Dark Knight trilogy. Because
that's
as
what I
we
was
know,
thinking, though, is when has their relationship ever truly been happy?
Yeah, he's always like,
Yeah.
anytime she.
It's always been an abusive off and on
Any
relationship.
kind of affection,
So,
he just shrugs it off. Like,
yep. Or when he wants her, she's in a bad mood. I mean, it really epitomizes it effectively describes dysfunctional relationships.
Exactly.
Very dysfunctional.
Yeah, exactly.
She just doesn't care.
Even more than
She loves him
anyone
anyways.
Bella.
Yeah, but the report goes on to state that not being in a happy relationship more as them not being in a relationship at all anymore, which would lead up to the Deadshot relationship between him and Harley Quinn, like it was in the comics, which was one of her best relationships she's ever had. The report states that after the Red Hood was killed, Harley, because of course as the comic book readers know, the Joker kills the Red Hood with a crowbar. Like we mentioned beforehand, this podcast is going in circles.
Yeah.
We want to make sure we get that point down.
That's kind of debated whether or not
With a
they
crowbar.
actually killed him with the crowbar.
In the comics, we're just going to say it's a crowbar at this point in time.
There was a crowbar involved at some point.
At some point.
He went and Gordon Freeman with.
That's another interesting subject, which we aren't actually going to go into.
No, we're not
tonight.
covering that subject. That was just a reference.
Just random reference. Little Easter egg right there.
That.
Anyways, after Harley Quinn saw the Joker brutally murder, if I can talk right, the Red Hood, not the Joker, Jason Todd, she realized that he is a completely brutal man and she wants nothing to do with him. That kind of just sums it up right there.
Because nothing prior to that would have indicated he was like that. It was just so out of character for the Joker.
Right. I mean, who would have thought?
But again, abusive relationships, it often takes something huge.
Yeah.
So this leads to a few points that brings me down with the whole upcoming movie. First point being the only reason why they're bringing the Joker into the series, which I was a big fan of the idea of the movie until the fact that they brought him in, mostly because the Joker, the only reason why they brought him in is because they wanted to bring in more fans for the film, because there's only going to be 3 people that are going to be showing up. Either the big fans of the Joker, who know absolutely nothing about Suicide Squad or the comics or any of that.
Never seen any of the comics.
Never seen. They just see Joker in the timeline and they want to see it.
Ooh, I want to go see that because the Joker's in it.
Exactly. My point
In
there.
your Joker impression voice.
Yeah. Joker fanboys.
Joker fanboys right there. If you want to see that more, we'll have an actual clip of that posted somewhere. I don't know where. We'll have a clip of that.
Now, there
somewhere.
are Harley fangirls, though.
There are Harley fangirls, and they'll probably be showing up as well.
I have a friend that loves Harley Quinn.
I'm a big Harley fan.
Oh, yeah, I'm a Harley. I like Harley.
Yeah, I think a lot
Great
of us
character.
do. She's an amazing character.
Very psychotic.
She just has that kind
love
of
her.
personality to it. But other than the Joker fanboys and the Harley Quinn fangirls, boys, fan groups, we'll just go with that. That probably sounds a little better.
Probably.
I like the Joker character, and I'm kind of torn because, I'm one of the masses that would love to go see a movie just because Joker's in it. But unfortunately, I've seen the Jack Nicholson Joker. I've seen the Heath Ledger Joker. I'm sorry, but they're going to have somebody amazing to recreate that character, or it's going to be a huge waste of time, and that's what I'm afraid we're going to wind up.
Somebody amazing to replace Heath Ledger.
Which brings us to another topic, which wasn't actually scripted. Jared Leto as the Joker. A lot of people think he's going to be either horrible or a lot of people think he's going to be great. I personally think he's going to be a good contender to be the very best Joker impersonator of all time for his what he's more notorious for, which is being the role. He goes out of his way to make sure he fits the look and also the role himself. He will either get extremely fat if the role calls for it. He will get extremely skinny if he calls for it. He will do everything he can to make this work. So I think that is what we need for a Joker impersonator, but it can also lead to a Heath Ledger homicide.
Yeah, I don't know if he has the body for it.
I don't know if he does.
The face for it.
There's been pictures you posted, and they look alright. It looks a lot like the Dark Knight comic book series, not the movies.
Yeah.
The comic book series look to it. It's got that kind of look. I don't know how you're really going to explain that.
Try and put a picture up if you can.
Picture's going to be down in the show notes. Great idea right there. So
look at that comparison.
There's quite a big difference, but
he doesn't have a skinny chin.
he doesn't. He's got the hairstyle. He cut the hair and everything.
Bruce Campbell?
Yeah,
But
he can have it.
That would be an interesting joke.
Bruce Campbell Joker. Someone needs to make that happen. Bruce Campbell, if you're listening to this, and I know you are, because it's Bruce Campbell.
That would be awesome.
You should make a picture, tweet us at the official Jab Jab at Twitter, say that. But actually, you know
I
what?
don't know.
Post it, send us a comment down at jabjabentertainment.com because we want to see that. Bruce Campbell, you need to do that. Make a picture of yourself as the Joker. Better yet, make an actual film. That'd be great. I don't know how good the movie would be, but you're in it, so it's automatically awesome. I think that sums the whole story up right there. But anyways, back on topic. Okay, there's only going to be 3 people that are going to be showing up. You have the Joker fans, the Harley fans, which we're going to put that as one group there.
The Joker/Harley fans.
Exactly. You have the second group, which is going to be the actual comic fans, people who sat there during when they first came out and they've read them. They're big fans, and they're probably going to be sitting there criticizing the entire movie because...
In general, most superhero movies are a bad idea for comic book fans.
I'm about to start.
For the most point.
Start reading the Suicide
Yeah,
Squad
you should.
comics.
It's a great idea.
Then sometimes it's more fun to read the book after the movie, and this kind of applies with comics.
You know,
Yeah.
The main reason.
You know,
is
that
'cause
being
of,
said, I think comic fans could go and enjoy the movie, but they need to be
Because
willing to
that's
set
the
aside the canon
comics. It
and the
goes into
storyline that they're
Suicide
familiar
Squad.
with.
Yeah.
like he encounters Harley, and then it's like, see more in Suicide Squad, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my god, I need to get Suicide Squad now.
Kind of sums it up right there. I don't know if you guys actually heard that, but there's a lot of comics that will tie into Suicide Squad. I think
And even other ones too.
a lot of DC Comics did that. I'm not quite certain. It's been a long time since I've actually read DC Comics. But for the most part, Suicide Squad's like the universal setup kind of thing for the anti-heroes. But anyways, for the third group, you have the guys who saw the Suicide Squad and the CW TV series Arrow, and I think, did they show it off in the Flash yet?
I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
Probably going to show it off in the Flash as well, but those who saw it there automatically know the Suicide Squad's awesome. Straight up
badass.
the TV series did a great job on representing that squad from the comics. They did a great job on that, and honestly, they should have kept the TV actors as the role for the TV or the movie universe, along with Arrow and Flash as well. I mean, they were great on that part.
Yeah.
I don't know why, other than the fact that the Warner Brothers doesn't trust CW, or I guess other TV networks. I think TNT's getting involved, and who knows what else. There's so many that are involved nowadays.
So it's like these two different groups, these two different social cliques. They're like, we won't associate with you.
It's really what it is. I think that's a bad choice on them, and I think they would have had a much bigger turnout if they would have gone with the TV setup. So
I think so.
So you guys got any more opinions on that topic here?
On the Suicide Squad?
Suicide Squad? Just as general? Anything specific here? No?
That actress that they're casting to be her
Harley Quinn?
Yeah, starting to grow on me a little. At first I was like, she...
Yeah.
And now that they're adding it, they changed the character model in Arkham Knight, the game.
Yeah?
To look more like her.
Really? I didn't know that part. I didn't actually hear about that. That's cool.
So I was kind of like, actually might be pretty cool because you're going to be able to play the game. I mean, she's going to be in it. So that's pretty interesting. I didn't know that. Yeah. That's pretty cool. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong here. I know this may be a little different, but the Harley Quinn who showed up in the very brief little cameo appearance in Arrow Season 2, that's the same Harley as in the Suicide Squad. I could be wrong, though. But I'm pretty sure that was the same girl from when I was reading. But that was a long time ago. That'd be
the
really
actress.
cool.
Yeah.
Suicide Squad game.
They didn't, but her voice is exactly the same, and they announced who it was in the little credit thing, yeah. So, I'm not quite certain, but she did a great job for a very brief second. I think it was, 5-second little clip?
Yeah.
I mean, it was very short.
Basically just voice work.
And the only reason why we were not going to be seeing her in the TV series is because of this movie, which I think is complete bull, but then again, that's life, I guess. Hollywood. We'll just go with that. That's a pretty good answer.
Yep.
Well, they've got the Cupid character, and you don't really need two crazy homicidal women.
Well, Cupid didn't come in until after they kicked Harley out.
Them.
I would have liked both of them. I would have loved it. I'm a huge Cupid person. I'm a huge Harley Quinn fan. Why can't we make the two happen? That'd be a really, really interesting episode. Just think about that. All the chaos going on. Try watching that and keeping your sanity.
The whole city would burn.
Right?
What is going on?
Someone should make that happen. Fans out there, make a video. Send it to us. jabjabentertainment.com. Hit it in the comments, or hell, you can hit the contact us section. We'll love to see it.
Because some people just want to watch the world burn. The rest of us want to watch a fictional world burn.
Another reference. Let's get a reference inside a reference. That's kind of cool. So we're going to go into our next spot here. We're going to jump away from DC, as we've kind of done several times, more than I thought we would. We talked a little bit about the Avengers, but we're going to talk about their competitors, Marvel, and their plans for the upcoming series that Netflix is going to be producing, which is Marvel's Daredevil. Remember, right, this is a very short series. I think it's only going to have one season, if even that. It's going to be like 6 episodes, I think. I could be wrong. Once again, I'm not quite certain. I need to look this up.
Firefly only
still going to be
one
better
season.
Still going to be better that
we do not
this way
bring that up.
than making an actual movie to replace the one that was about 10 years ago, something like that. I don't know how long
that was 2003, I think. That movie, in a lot of opinions,
a lot of people
doesn't
did not like
exist.
That one. Yeah.
Who played Matt Murdock in that one? That was I don't remember. I think he pulled off the look. I mean, he really did. He just didn't pull off the part. And the movie tried pulling in about 4 different story arcs into one, which Ben Affleck. That's what it was, right there. Ben Affleck. He had the part. He looked the part, but things just didn't work out right. I don't know
Deadshot was in
why.
That one, right?
Deadshot.
Sorry.
No.
Bullseye was.
Deadshot.
Oh,
DC.
Bullseye.
Yeah, Bullseye is awesome.
Yeah.
My bad.
Bullseye actually is going to have
Don't cross
a part.
the streams.
Yeah, they get angry.
It's so easy to do.
It is. It's very easy.
Bullseye has a very important part in Civil War if they go by the story arc. But that's all I'm saying. So anyways, Netflix's Daredevil, they have just announced a new TV spot because, of course, this Friday is when the series is set to air. Once again, I don't know when this podcast will be uploaded. I think it might be actually the day right before. So
Hopefully.
If it's not, it was either last week or it's this week. Just go with that.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyways, we're going to showcase that TV spot here on this podcast. We're going to talk a little bit about it. I think all of my crew has seen it, and we're going to give our opinions right afterwards. But those fans who haven't seen it yet, now's your chance. So we're going to split off into that right now.
You're blind, but you see so much. How?
I hear things.
They call stuff like that gifts. So I'm gonna train you. It's time to stop taking a beating and start giving one. Now get out. There are other ways to see.
Well, anyways, that was the trailer. I realized that they couldn't actually hear the sound. My crew couldn't. You guys could. So that was kind of interesting watching everybody crowd over looking at it, and they're like, why is there no sound? Oh, that's because I have it set up into the mixer, so that wouldn't make a lot more sense.
I felt like I'd lost my sense of hearing, but every other sense was heightened.
That would be the reverse Daredevil right there. That'd be interesting to see.
Yeah.
A deaf guy fighting.
Yeah, deaf superhero.
I use visual echolocation.
Yeah.
That would be
That
awesome.
makes no sense.
It does.
Somebody behind you.
Something coming! Exactly. So, anyways, before we go any further, we have to do the most important thing in the world, and that is to read the bio here for the upcoming series, and that is, it's time to let the devil out. Daredevil is here to clean up the streets of Hell's Kitchen, New York. Lawyer by day, street-level hero by night, Matt Murdock is on a mission to make his city a better place against an underground terror within the city. I need to come up with a better voice for that, because I don't have the most interesting,
Narrator type voice.
narrator kind of...
It's time to let the devil out. Marvel's Daredevil is here to clean up the streets of Hell's Kitchen. New York... yeah, sorry.
That
I didn't
makes
see
me
the...
think more.
I didn't see the
like
comma.
sports commentator.
That was attempt number 2.
We had a little bit of British in there, too.
New York. Lawyer by day, street-level hero by night. Matt Murdock is on a mission to make his city a better place against an underground terror within the city.
You have failed this city.
We should have had Brian read that.
Yeah, that's probably.
That was pretty good.
Worked.
That was solid.
If I looked at it beforehand, well, I did, but
Yeah. What was that like?
practice it beforehand.
Yeah.
it would have been better.
We had 2 pretty good ones.
Everything's better with practice.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So, once again,
But we'll just skip that.
we'll just go into the next segment here. We had 2 awesome impersonators here. Well, 1.5.
1.5.
Got it set up. So, anyways, let's jump out into our analysis here. Let's talk about our first reaction to TV Spot. What did you guys think about TV series? Of course, Zach still hasn't seen it. But
No, but I think something can be done with it.
Yeah.
As I said
There's
before,
definitely-
even though it was a painful thing to say, Firefly showed us that a work of art can be made in a very short amount of time.
There's definitely room
A
to
very
work
few
with.
number of episodes.
He insists on talking about Firefly.
Before we go any further, this is the 5th time in a podcast I've ever said this, but we do not bring up Firefly. It was a great series, but it's over. I'm sorry to say. It's what, 6, 7, 8 years now?
It's been more than 10.
10?
Long time.
They
Yeah,
still
It was
need
in
to reboot it.
2003.
We got to just kind of forget about it, move
Nobody's
on.
going to move on from it.
I don't think
He's gonna
anybody
forget
would.
about it.
No,
But
Ever.
we got to move on.
Nathan
You know what?
Fillion still hasn't.
yeah.
You know what?
He's still trying to get it
Here's what we're going to do.
put back up.
All right, because my crew here is I'm so obsessed with this series. I'm obsessed with it too, but we got to move on. But we can't move on. So
I've only seen
instead,
a few episodes, but I love it.
we're going to bring it back. All right, we're going to bring it back. We're going to have our own film, or what would be fan-made adaptation. It's not really fan-made. This is a crew-made. We will be remaking the Firefly series, and we'll hunt down the people who made it first and see if we can get this thing airing again. But instead of having the original actors, we'll have, Alex Bearden and Zack Willis and a bunch of other random people
You
you
might
find on
have
the
to fight
streets.
the actual actors to do that, because I don't think they'd let go either.
Well, then,
No. The new
All right.
ones haven't. No,
well,
definitely
here's what we'll do. We'll invite every single one of the original actors to join us.
And
We'll
whoever
fight it,
doesn't-
and we'll see about getting it.
not. Whoever doesn't accept,
We
will
should
fill
do
the void.
a podcast on the awesomeness of Firefly.
Just a whole podcast on that?
Get it out of our systems.
Just we'll do one podcast, we'll get it out of our systems, and then we'll do this series thing in like a year and a half from now.
And then we can actually talk about things like Daredevil.
You're right. So, let's jump back into Daredevil before we get into a whole rant over here, because I just know that's going to happen. So, Zach's out of the question here. Let's talk to you, Brian. What did you think about this TV spot? Was it did it hit those needs you wanted from the series?
I really didn't go through. I mean, I remember the Daredevil movie. It didn't really stick with me as far as something that was amazing. I didn't read the comics, so I've got kind of a fresh perspective, I think, on this, and that, I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, I absolutely love all the superhero things that are coming out, and the image of essentially a blind superhero with heightened other senses is just genius, because that's quite a fatal flaw, and to see him overcome that and clean up the streets of Hell's Kitchen. That's some imagery right there. It's something I'm looking forward to.
Got
Now,
some Gordon Ramsay stuff.
that trailer looks really, like we talked about earlier, very, very gritty. I mean, even more so than Batman and Arrow. I mean, it looks like it's going to be pretty dark.
Very, very gritty. So on a side note here, every time I hear Hell's Kitchen, I think of Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah,
I don't know why. So
really mad chef.
Yeah.
Forget superheroes. Well, wait, Gordon Ramsay as a superhero right there. Right there, he's going to be.
Lord.
They should have casted him as Matt Murdock.
That's right.
Gordon Ramsay.
He'll make the assailant's ears bleed.
There we go.
Is that the secret, though? He yells to allow him to echolocate the
deaf
area
guy
around
makes
him.
right.
Things make so much more sense now.
The deaf guy makes the perpetrators go deaf.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
But anyways.
I think the whole idea for a blind superhero is awesome.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
And it's got to be much better than a game for a diabetic superhero.
That's another reference, which we will be having a video for down below. And we have to thank, my mind just went blank here, Joe Sullivan. Joel Sullivan out there. We met him at Super BitCon, what was that, 2 weeks ago? Great guy. If you guys have a chance to meet him, you should definitely go ahead and take it. He is an awesome video game, I wouldn't call him an expert, but he's pretty close. Very, very close.
Mm-hmm.
He ran a museum.
He knows a lot of stuff.
He knows a lot of stuff. He knew a lot more than I did, which kind of surprised me. I think that surprised a lot of people in this room. Well, then again, Brian, I think, knows more than I do at that point. I don't know.
Depends on the topic.
Depends on the topic.
Depends on
I think that goes with any gamer, though.
Pretty much.
Yeah. But anyways, we keep getting off subject here. That is our podcast segments. We always get off subject. So
That's
if you guys,
why we have a script.
right?
It keeps bringing us back.
Right, exactly. So
Just ties everything together.
we have to have that tie, otherwise things go chaotic with us.
Yeah, it will just be references into discussions because of references.
Which is
Most of which the listeners are probably going, I have no idea what they're talking about.
what happened here.
Getting all fluffy.
Okay. So, anyways,
Just open
I don't know
Google
what's
while we're
going
talking.
on.
Just do your research while you listen.
for those of you guys who can look up every single thing we talk about, right, while it's going on, and understand everything that we have just said, let us know, and we'll set you up for an interview, because obviously you have a lot of time on your hands.
And we want to meet you.
Exactly.
If you're that big of a fan of us and have a lot of time on your hands,
We want to hear your opinion.
Why not? So, hit us up, contact us. What is it? I don't remember exact email address we have, but I think it's contact us. Or jab
Show
jab
notes.
contact. Show notes, we'll have a link to it.
That is the excuse for anything we can't remember at the moment.
Show notes.
Alex is going to be listening to this later going, making notes of everything he's supposed to be making notes of.
I still have to do that for the last one.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun. We had a lot of show notes on that. I don't think we had that much, actually. Think about it. We had a lot from Super Big Con, but man, I got to link all that, don't I? Anyways, that's my problems.
So Daredevil.
Daredevil. We've kind of heard everything. Alex hasn't said too much about it. What is your opinions? You got anything big ones you kind of been commenting in between?
Honestly, it caught me off guard. I didn't expect to see a series come up for it. I mean, it's great that they're doing it.
Is tonight the first time you've heard of it?
No. I heard about it probably a week. When did the trailer release?
Oh man, that released today. There's been a couple other trailers though. There's like, I think this is the second TV spot, and they've had a full trailer.
I think it
And
was
then
like 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago is what you first
Maybe.
heard?
I think 2 or 3. Yeah.
Well, we have some interesting news for
Forget
our
about
listeners
time.
who haven't. Oh yeah, exactly.
But
Yeah.
it was interesting that that his master is blind.
We're gonna get into that here in a second.
Sorry.
But yeah, exactly. Big point there.
Stealing thunder.
Yeah.
Thor is going to be angry at you.
We'll get back to that.
We'll get back to that here in a second. Before we go into that, we need to let Alex know, and we need to let our friends know that this is not the first series that Netflix is doing for Marvel. There's actually, I think, 4 of them. I know one of them is going to be out, Luke Cage. It's going to be by the same exact director that I know of. Do you know who he is?
Oh, Luke Cage.
Luke Cage. He was a boxer, if I remember right. Once again, show notes. We'll send you to a little Wikipedia page or something.
It makes me think of Liu Kang and Johnny Cage.
That's
Right.
exactly what I was thinking.
That'd be kind of cool. Then again, I don't want to go into that. That was a bad idea.
Johnny
Oh.
Cage.
No.
Run from the reference. Run from the rabbit trail.
Whoever's listening to this, who's a TV developer, don't listen to anything Brian just said. We don't want a series about that. That'd be a bad idea.
Oh my goodness, no, I would love it.
I don't know, man. That movie, bad idea.
Just wait. That's the only lesson they're going to take away from you.
My greatest disappointment was the
Right.
battle between Johnny Cage and Goro, who they
Forgot his name.
zoomed way out when he was like beating the crap out of him.
Trace.
It's like, no, I wanted to see that. I think it wouldn't have been.
Yeah.
That's my beef. It's an old beef. Back to Daredevil.
Yeah.
Do you remember that guy's name?
This is interesting.
That's
We're currently looking at the actor who
Old
plays him.
Spice
It's,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's the Old Spice guy who plays Luke
Real
Cage.
man can smell like meat.
Exactly. I
Not
think
like
that's
real man.
all. That's probably the only thing he's ever going to be remembered as.
Yeah.
Old Spice.
Yeah, well, it was iconic. I mean, that was a great commercial.
Exactly. Now I'm not quite certain if that's the actual actor who's set to play as him. I don't even know if they've cast him yet, but he would pull it off perfectly. So Luke or Old Spice guy, look into it. But anyways, we need to talk about. There's
your man. Look back at me.
very much true. There's Luke Cage. There's Luke Cage's wife. I'm not quite certain what her name was. I feel bad for saying that. Show notes.
Probably something Cage.
Yeah, right?
Mrs. Cage.
You'd think. Mrs.
Yeah,
Cage.
Mrs.
Cage.
That's what it's going to be called. Mrs. Cage. And then there's another one. I think it's over Oracle. No, wait. The Oracle's Batman. I'm not certain what the last one was over. If there is even another one. I don't know. It's been a while. But anyways, there'd be like a couple other Netflix series. He was in Avengers.
Yeah,
and then
several
daughter
times. Tiger. That'd be kind of cool. I think that's actually true, right?
Bronze
Tiger
Tiger.
The Bronze Tiger. That was that was a DC.
Yeah,
Batman.
yeah, sorry.
But anyways, there's gonna be a couple other series.
God, I cannot wait if they're in the development for a Deathstroke movie.
I don't know if that would happen.
So badass.
And I wouldn't be certain I want that. I'm not even certain I want that Deadpool movie. I was very, very reluctant on hearing that first time, and I knew it wasn't going to happen. And now that everybody's in the works,
there's some leaked pictures.
There's
photos.
leaked photos and there's leaked video footage, and I'm almost certain it's going to be canceled or it's going to be a complete flop. Ryan Reynolds, I think we talked about this in the last podcast, didn't we?
Maybe.
Yeah.
It's basically comedy and violence, and that can either
Basically.
be. You know, if lightning strikes, it'll be magical, but if not,
if anybody knows Deadpool,
it's not going to be.
It's Ryan Reynolds as well, and he's got like a curse for superhero movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think that was a good choice at all.
Green Lantern.
Everything he touches dies.
That movie doesn't exist. So
everything he touches dies.
Pretty much. I'm sorry, man.
It's not even usually his fault. He usually does a good job with his character.
Yeah.
But it's just that when he's there, apparently they just kill it.
Right.
Because of him.
Voice actor, man. I think you've already done that before. Do a CGI version, voice act it. You'd have a great movie out of it.
Yeah, like that one short of Deadpool where he's sitting on the bridge and and then he just drops into the SUV.
That was
guys.
That was a great footage.
That was fantastic.
That was a good bit.
But I just don't think it's going to happen too well. But anyways, we've talked about everything except Daredevil. I don't know if you guys realize that or not. So we got to get back into Daredevil for a few short moments and then go off into whatever.
People really care.
I don't know at this point. I don't know.
Because I'm not sure we do.
I don't think so either. I know I'm a pretty big fan of that. I think we're all fans, wanting to see it, but we don't have any really good opinions.
You know, my question really, our Netflix original series, I mean, some of them have done, I mean, what is it, Orange is the New Black?
Yeah, that one's supposed to be really good, but I haven't seen it.
Really funny.
But there's a lot of not so good ones too, so it's kind of a toss-up when you get one of those Netflix originals.
Yeah.
Hit and miss sort of thing.
They did great. What was it?
Looking at the trailer, I mean, I'm going to watch it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think
at least once.
We'll actually be covering that opening day. I'm going to be working my butt off on that one. But anyways.
Then again, that's the rule of most superhero movies. You got to watch it at least once.
Yeah. That's, I think, solid on it.
It's like the new Star Wars movie. You know, I expect to be greatly disappointed, but I'll be there.
Exactly.
Gotta see it.
Exactly. We have to see it. Which brings us into another topic, which I think we're going to skip over Daredevil. We're just going to
I think we're done.
Drop it, yeah. I think we were going to say something about the blind mastery. That was complete bullcrap. But anyways, jumping off into something else.
Well, who cares about the blind?
It's like the blind.
Don't quote me on that.
It's the blind leading the blind in that show.
Shows that Netflix is.
Oh, yeah? What was their best one? Look that up for us, man.
I think Hemlock Grove would be one of the best ones.
Hemlock Grove. House of Cards was great.
Yeah, House of Cards.
And then there was another one I'm thinking of, but I can't remember the name. It was
Lilyhammer.
Family,
Marco Polo.
Functional.
Bloodline.
Bloodline. I haven't seen that one.
Horseman. That's funny, too.
But anyways, we got to talk about a couple other things here. More importantly, Star Wars. Oh wait, I did have something about
The Killing.
Okay, anyways, forget that. We're talking about Star Wars and the digital remastered versions of that, which leads into, what is it, the 8th time it's been remade? I'm probably a little off on that. I think it's more than that, believe it or not.
I was thinking it's a lot more than that.
The Star Wars digitally remastered. Again?
Yeah.
Again?
Well, there's new technology, guys. They can make it better.
It's going to be the first time being released on digital devices, like a digital streaming and stuff like that.
Just make it 3D.
Will they digitally remaster Jar Jar Binks away?
Please.
No, but they have added some extra stuff into it. I didn't.
Or any of the Anakin Skywalkers, the young or the old.
Right?
Just edit all that out.
What would the movies be like just if you just remove digitally the actors that played Anakin?
Somebody needs to make that.
What would be left?
Now the question is, do we
Might
keep
be
the
good.
voices in?
No.
No, just get that out too?
Take them out, yeah.
We can do
none
that.
None of the stiff voice acting or, none of that. Just
None of that? We'll have to look into that. That may be a nice little footage right there.
Replace it with Deadpool. Not even have him say anything. Just cover him up with like a picture of Deadpool. And cut out all his voice acting, and you'll just have Deadpool walking around like swinging a lightsaber.
Yeah.
Now the question is, what pose is he going to be in?
Clips.
Like, is he just going to be walking around swinging
This
lightsabers, or is he going to be doing the pose?
Why not both?
The laying
Why
down
not both?
pose.
Yeah, when he's fighting lightsabers, when he's
Paint
not
me like one of your
poses.
Or you
friends.
can just have a pose and have the lightsaber go through him.
Yeah, just
sticking out of his nipple.
Paint me like one of your French girls.
paint me like one of your French girls.
Exactly. That would be fun. Someone should do that. Fans out there in the universe.
This needs to happen.
I think that has been made.
The next digitally remastered.
Yeah, exactly. So my original thought was all the different things they have added in throughout the entire universe of being remastered. What is the all-time worst thing they have made?
Are we still talking Star Wars?
Oh yeah, Star Wars.
You know what I think?
That would probably be interesting.
Well, and I even have the moment because we all know hand shot first.
Yep.
This is completely off topic, but I really think they should remaster Thundercats.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Because the sets that they have right now, I was reading on reviews that they weren't the best quality, so I was like really hesitant on buying them.
Now, here's what I'm wondering: are we talking about the cartoon, or are we talking about like live action stuff that I haven't heard of?
The cartoon.
Cartoon.
Yeah.
You're talking about
the original, not the current one. Yeah.
Be kind of cool. Just do an HD remake of it.
Remake, yeah.
That is interesting. Who would have thought about that?
Alex.
Me?
And of course, off topic.
That's why I said completely off topic.
That actually
so
does all
when
the
have
shut
we stayed
up.
on topic?
What?
When have we stayed on topic?
That is true. This is the
Very
off-topic
Off-topic
broadcasting.
Off-topic.
There we go.
That's what we're going to call this podcast series. Off-topic broadcasting.
Brilliant.
But yeah, I think that would be really awesome.
That'd be kind of cool. I do like that. Anyways, Han shot first. Back on topic here. I have to stay on topic a little bit. Not sure. You have to think about that a little bit. Now, mine is a little out there, but I was pretty certain they digitally remastered those Ewoks to be in there. Not quite certain if that was before or after, but those Ewoks were brought in there afterwards.
There was definitely more than I remembered.
I don't think they were supposed to be in it at all from what I was hearing. They just randomly brought it in at the last moment.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that was while they're filming or if they added that
was the whole
in.
thing. Weren't they supposed to be like Wookiees or something?
No, because
I don't even think they were supposed to be
in
Wookiees.
there.
Yeah, I think they were supposed to be Wookiees, but they wanted something for the kids, so they brought in Jar Jar Binks.
The Ewoks. Yeah.
Ewoks, yeah.
Yeah. Now Jar Jar is another
That's why
topic.
we call it Return of the Jedi.
Oh.
It's not a bad idea. Return of the Jedi.
Because I know I've told a couple of you guys know the proper order to watch Star Wars movies in.
Yep. Last two. Or not last two, like first two.
Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back.
And then just stop.
I moved this in the light spot.
Then you go home.
Don't move on.
No, that's fine. I didn't do anything bad.
Of course, that being said, I've already mentioned I'm going to see the new one, but
It's still rocking, I think.
That's more of a list of things you watch again.
yeah, there you go. Yeah, and you go back to watch it again.
But that's something we're going to be doing. Before the Star Wars release, I don't know if we're going to do it anytime soon. We might do it the month before. I don't know who I'm going to have doing it. It might just be me, but we will be re-looking at the entire Star Wars series, including the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Oh, that was great.
I found a copy of
I dreamt it for a long time because I saw that as a child.
Yeah.
And then, of course, it disappeared because it was really embarrassing for everyone. And so I was like, I could have sworn there was like this holiday thing, but then it's like, I don't know, nobody ever remembered it. And I was like, well, maybe I dreamed it. So imagine that I was an adult and I saw, they started talking about the holiday special. I'm like, it wasn't a dream. It wasn't a dream.
It was real.
The Easter Bunny is real.
It was reality all along.
Exactly, but we will be covering that.
I actually did not know.
I have found a copy of it, believe it or not, in the midst of God knows what else. So we'll be re-looking at that. We'll be re-watching. I don't know, maybe we should all get together just to watch that one film and just make fun of it.
Yeah. We should actually record ourselves watching it. And then we
not a bad idea
to do that.
Mystery Science Theater 3000.
One of our videos on YouTube.
Yeah, I think that's going to happen. So I don't know if we're going to do that in the next coming months, but it is coming by the end of the year. It will be here before the Star Wars Episode 7.
I will say one of the things I'm excited about with Star Wars Episode 7 is the return of a lot of the original cast from the first Star Wars movies.
Yep.
I got nothing but respect for Mark Hamill. He went from my generation's most iconic hero to this generation's most iconic villain. And if you ever go out there and just look up some of Mark Hamill's voice acting, I mean, he's actually a really amazing voice actor.
He's amazing. Did you guys see last week's Flash as him and the Trickster?
Yes.
That was amazing. Oh, great.
Oh, it was great.
That was amazing. Of course, Alex has no idea what we're probably talking about.
No. I know about the Flash series. I haven't started it yet.
You need to watch Arrow, and then after...
Yeah, I haven't started Arrow either.
And I love the line with the younger trickster.
Yep. That was great. That little...
kind of on a Naruto binge right now.
I don't know if that considered a spoiler, but it's more of an
Easter egg. It's already
egg.
happened. I don't think we count it as a spoiler, but just watch it. When
It's more of a reference.
Yeah, it is. It's a reference. Yeah,
It's a reference to Star Wars. From what we're talking about, since it isn't really a spoiler anymore, plus just like an Easter egg, really. There's a moment where, of course, the entire... Well, that's kind of is a spoiler. Anyways, his son is in the shot. He is in the shot, or that's all we're going to say. He's
Mark Hamill and younger character.
And Mark Hamill says, "I brought you here because I am your father." Of course, we all know what that is.
Yeah, it was the iconic phrase.
Luke.
Yeah. So, that was awesome. Funny thing is, he never said, "Luke, I am your father." That's another story.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that's not really Mark Hamill. That's somewhere else. Another story for another day. But yeah, that was that whole story. That was great.
Yeah, love Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill's amazing. We need to see some more stuff of his. He needs to make some more films. I think he's done with that kind of business, but he needs to come back out there.
Yeah. Well, and it's a shame because if you're not paying close attention, you really don't know what he's doing. So, I mean, all the voice acting that he's doing for the different animated and the video games and whatnot, and the different characters he's playing, I mean, those don't typically come up with his name on a marquee. So if you don't know what he's doing, he just kind of sneaks in there. But I tell you, his voice talent, he's got to be on the level of, like, Hank Azaria. I mean, he can do so many different voices. It's unbelievable.
Troy Baker.
It's great. Troy Baker's pretty
That
good.
really should be a selling point for a lot of series and games. Is
Mark Hamill
with Mark Hamill voice acting.
Throw that up in the title, Mark Hamill's something or other.
Yeah.
And it will come a slot game.
I would totally buy it. Even if the game or movie or whatever it is crap, I'd still get it. Mark Hamill.
You get it to listen to Mark Hamill talk, kind of like which Spider-Man game was it?
Oh, yeah.
Where you just walk around and you got Bruce Campbell.
That was actually in like every single Spider-Man game, I think.
Yeah.
The original Spider-Man games.
He's like the whole tutorial.
Like GameCube and like...
the ones on the original PlayStation, the ones on PlayStation 2. He voiced the tutorials, and there's actually one where he talks throughout the entire video game. I think it was like Spider-Man 2, Electro's Revenge or something.
Nice.
Yeah. He voices the like entire thing. Just like this ominous god. And I think he even says, "I am Bruce Campbell" or something at one point.
I like the part where he's like, "All right, you work on that. I'm gonna go make a sandwich."
Exactly. That was awesome.
I got much respect for Bruce Campbell. Looking forward to the new Evil Dead series.
That's gonna be great.
Yeah.
That's
Evil Dead.
Oh yeah. I don't think we can even say anything other than
another
yes.
unexpected.
Oh yes.
That was very unexpected.
It was.
No one saw that coming. I think I heard, this is probably more of a rumor, they're doing a new Nightmare on Elm Street series.
What?
TV series. With Robert Englund.
Yes.
Like they did back, was it 90s or something? They had a TV series over it? It wasn't 90s. Probably before that, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
I'm not quite certain.
The movies.
Yeah, there was a TV series back in the day.
Yeah.
And it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I remember the first time on Elm Street. I watched it 10 a.m. on a Sunday morning. I still scared the... You watch it now, it's not too bad, but back then we hadn't seen stuff like that.
That was crazy. That was actually the very first horror movie I saw when I was a kid, so... Yeah. You gotta respect the classics. I love old school slashers. Yeah. That's gonna be another series we'll be doing. Old school slashers. We'll go into a collection over that, and we have some other interesting ideas which we are not going to unveil until later on.
Especially if we never get around to them, because then people are going to be like, "Wait, where's this?"
What happened to this one?
Well, you see, we kind of forgot.
Exactly.
We got off topic.
Yeah, we got off topic.
Clearly.
Right.
What were we on? Were we talking about Star Wars?
We were talking about Star Wars.
Yeah,
okay.
we were on Star Wars, and we went to digitally remastered things.
Now, how I wonder is, how did we went from Star Wars to Nightmare on Elm Street? They tie in absolutely nothing.
Mark Hamill. We were talking about voice actors, and that took us to Bruce Campbell.
Now,
Bruce Campbell took us to series that were redone off movies.
And I said something about
Thundercats.
Thundercats, that was a while ago.
Yeah.
And once again, we all get quiet once we hear Thundercats. I know in every single one of our heads, we're thinking of that theme song, right? Or the what is
Thunder! Thunder! Thundercats!
Exactly. That sums up. That was going in every single one of our heads, but we were too scared to do it.
I'm not.
And we figured that out.
And that's why we need two Alexes.
Exactly. I don't know if you guys figured that out or not, but surprisingly, it didn't get too confusing.
No.
I don't know. Pretty interesting. We were trying to come up with
But
nicknames
then
for him as
again,
well.
we're sitting here looking at each other. People
Well, I do
listening
have
to the podcast might get confused.
We
They
can
might.
we can use my PlayStation name.
Oh yeah, that's another thing we were gonna do eventually, or we tried doing back when
I'm
we
not
did
gonna
our
release
YouTube
that
channel.
yet just now.
Yeah, it's probably a bad idea.
Yeah.
We used to use code names back when we did an old YouTube channel. That was fun.
It was kind of fun.
It got really confusing because we'd all use our real names.
I really don't.
But we
feel
talk to
getting
each
a
other
whole lot
about
of
real names.
Friend requests.
Yeah.
Like, who's this person?
Yeah. Bad idea.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's another topic for another day.
Yeah, another topic.
That channel, if you can find it, kudos. I don't know
So,
where else going with that. So, good job.
if
High
you
five.
can find the channel that we haven't referenced yet,
Exactly.
and
Anyway.
figure out that it's us just by listening to it and watching the videos on it, then,
We
Great
want to
job.
message us.
Yeah, we want to meet
Message
you.
us.
Yeah.
We'll do an interview then.
We'll talk about
Yeah.
your incredible
Do a
journey
Skype
into
interview.
finding. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Which brings us into another topic. We were actually hiring, not really hiring. We are. How am I going to go about this? We are looking into people that would like to be on our show.
Guest stars.
Guest star. I guess that's what we'll do. We're guest
Yeah.
starring. That still kind of sounds funny. Anyways, we want you to guest star, so send us something and we'll get back to you.
I mean, they're really stars, but
Unpaid
I mean,
guests.
Unpaid
yeah,
guests.
there
Yeah,
we
you're
go.
not going to get paid. So
Unpaid performance. I don't know.
that works. And people are going to be like, oh, man. Yeah, we can't pay you. So
unpaid guest
Yeah.
speakers.
There we go.
You get to meet
There
us.
we go.
The satisfactions of the work.
That works perfectly fine. So, yeah. We got some great stars coming on our show eventually, though. I'm not going to say who because we're still in the talks with some people. But just be prepared. It's going to be awesome. So, that said, I think that kind of wraps up the entire night for the most part. Anybody have any last topics to randomly talk about for another 30 minutes? Even though it's already been an hour. I think that's about it, right?
Yeah.
We're good.
You good?
Eventually, we're gonna end it and then just be like, oh crap, I forgot this.
That's probably going to happen in about 5 minutes, but
5 minutes after you.
anyways, that's the show, guys. We're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna call it wraps here. So, as
You're
you guys
awesome.
know, we're
You
gonna.
guys are fantastic.
You guys are awesome. So once
We
again,
love you.
like, comment, subscribe, follow.
All those things. Do the things you
Like,
do to
follow,
make us popular.
subscribe.
There you go.
Right. Tell your friends and family. Do stuff. Stuff works.
Tell all your nerdy friends.
That even sounds better.
Should we start referencing YouTubers or something?
That's probably a bad idea.
Probably a bad
Probably.
idea for now.
They haven't
yeah.
paid us.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. Anyways, so we call it wraps here. I'm Alex Bearden, and here I'm with.
Alex Green.
And Brian.
Zach.
It's great pleasure talking to you guys tonight. Have a good one.